my lovelies. My name is Lecka, and today we are going to be watching and reacting to Botched Season 1, Episode 1 of our foray into reality TV, and especially plastic surgery reality TV, because I have a very particular interest in plastic surgery. I've gotten some myself, and I think it would be just really fun. This is a very good TV show for it, and I know there's a lot of other surgery reality TV shows for plastic surgery that we can watch in the future too once we get through all the seasons and episodes of Bot. But for now, we'll be doing this with Human Dolls, Season 1, Episode 1. If you guys are wondering, Lecka, you know, where's your gaming content? Because wasn't that what this channel was about? You would be right! But guess what? I have done a lot of thinking, and I have decided that the gaming content is going to be delegated to another channel I have called Lecka Play, and that is available in the description down below. If you look at this video's description box, there's a link for my Lecka Play channel where I do all kinds of indie and long-form gaming experiences that you guys can still enjoy. I have a visual novel channel as well called Lecka Read, also in the description down below, and a Pokemon channel where I play through Pokemon spin-off games and do Nuzlocke challenges of the main original games, if you guys are interested in that too, for some Pokemon fixes. So all of your gaming content is delegated to my other channel so that they can be niched into their specific interests, but this one is going to be more of a personality and reaction content commentary channel. We're going to be doing Reddit reactions, we're going to be watching plastic surgery TV shows, and we're going to be also watching TLC TV shows while we are going through as well, which is going to be very, very fun and dramatic, which makes it even more fun to watch. So if you guys are excited, make sure you go ahead and lick that like button and subscribe, because not only does it taste delicious, but it makes sure that you do not miss out on any of our future uploads, and it makes it so that you are helping us out in the algorithm here on YouTube, especially with starting to re-niche this channel into more reaction content. So without further ado, let's get on into this Botched Human Dolls episode.
I've had a facelift, 2 brow bone shavings,
A nose job.
tummy tuck, 5 breast surgery.
I've had 100
That's a lot of
procedures.
surgeries. Hey, baby.
Every year, over 15 million people get plastic surgery in pursuit of
I
perfection.
have as well.
I'm gonna look like a virgin again.
Most of those surgeries work out for the best, but this is what happens when they get botched.
Oh, those
I feel like
lips.
Frankenstein. They're cow udders.
At the end of the day, I still had a deformed nose.
Like a horror movie.
I got a tummy tuck 13 years ago, and now my coochie is on my stomach.
Oh, that belly button looked horrible.
And actually, I got nipped.
Now,
Yeah, you
Drs.
did.
Paul Nassif and Terry Dubrow take on the toughest revision plastic surgery cases in the world.
Do you
Wow.
mind if I lift this up?
It's all over the internet. Go ahead.
Oh, that's a good point. I made incisions through the bottom of the areola. First thing I found was the implant was upside down.
The upside
only
down
way to go
implant.
under
Oh
the
my
knife
god, I
one
could
last
never.
time,
I have
or
breast
else
implants
they'll
myself.
remain botched.
Sucks because everybody else is so happy with their results.
I guess I learned the hard way.
I can't see us like long term because of your stupid boobs.
What?
And tonight,
Okay, I mean, I'm sure that the editing team took that out of context, and I have seen this show before, but I'm still going to react to the same things that I would react to when I originally saw these episodes. If you cannot see yourself with your significant other simply because of a physical feature on their body, you need to do growing as a person, because you do not deserve to be in a relationship if you're going to be so shallow and superficial that you are criticizing the way that somebody's body is to the point that you won't be with them because of breast size or flipping the coin, penis size or whatever. That is just so shallow and shitty. The other person's body is for them to determine however they want to look and present and express themselves. It has nothing to do with you. I don't express myself in any way. I don't get surgery for anyone else but me. And that's how it should always be. You should only ever, ever, ever get plastic surgery for you because you want it. Otherwise, you end up with botched, shitty surgeries that don't end up the way you want.
Plastic surgeons like glorified tailors.
Not saying anything bad about a tailor, but what I do, I don't think is tailoring. She's
It's
had over
not
130
tailoring.
plastic surgery procedures.
My
Justin
implants
Jedlica looks
touch each
real
other.
good, though.
They call it the uniboob.
This is one of the
Yeah,
most
that's not a
difficult
good-
things to fix in all of breast surgery.
How many
Ugh.
surgeries have you had on your nose?
It's not a good
Three
result.
surgeries.
No
I've
cleavage
lost
at all.
faith in anybody making it better.
This is not only the best hope, this is the only hope.
And here is the rib coming out of the chest.
People die for that stuff.
What is that?
Well, yeah, you're removing bones. Ooh. I want to be hot. Fix me, make me beautiful. I want to be perfect. Such an iconic intro to this series. Oh my god. All right, Justin Jedlica.
33 years old, and I'm a stay-at-home husband.
He
I've had
is very hot.
132
Very gay, very hot, though.
Cosmetic procedures. Nose job, lips, cheeks, forehead, pec implants, bicep implants, tricep implants.
Wow.
Buttock augmentation.
Ooh, that BBL though.
In all honesty,
I love my
if I could
BBL.
do
Best
my own
surgery I
surgeries,
ever
would.
had.
In fact, I've started doing some of my procedures half awake now. They hate it.
Wow.
'Cause I'm like, move that up a little more. Turn this a little way that. They don't really enjoy me being awake to critique their work. But it's the only way to sort of get exactly what you want.
I mean, that's fair. I'm not
I
happy
think
with
the plastic
my
surgery is
breast
art.
job. I want it
If
to
everybody
be up
started doing
higher,
what
so I
was
get that.
doing, I would want to change everything again. Because I would like setting myself apart and looking like my own individual and not being mistaken for anyone.
Absolutely.
So I've customized a lot of my body implants. It sort of just initially started with my pec implants. The doctor
Wow.
told me that that was possible, and then I took tours at the different implant manufacturing companies. So now I think I'm really overly knowledgeable, especially compared to a lot of plastic surgeons.
Wow.
Right now I'm working on abdominal implants, 2-piece quad implants, 2-piece calf implants, and lat implants, the wings on the back. I think
Okay, holy crap. So the fact that Justin is able to design and make all of his own implants is already impeccable. But the fact that he is able to know the exact measurements, this man is extremely, extremely intelligent. He knows exactly what he's doing. He is very knowledgeable about the plastic surgery industry. He obviously has a passion for it, not only for the construction of the exact body that he wants, but of things for it, which it'll be revealed in future episodes. But he has, spoiler alert, a consultation kind of side business, or I don't know if he does anymore, but he used to, where he would coach other people that wanted to get plastic surgery and tell them, okay, well, if this is what you're looking for your result, then you need to have this kind of implant, you should go to this doctor, etc., etc. And he would be the best kind of person for those consultations because of how amazingly knowledgeable he is on all of this. Wild. Also, you can look him up on Instagram and stuff too. I follow him on Instagram because it's just really cool. The way his body looks, it's so foreign, but it's not like the Alien Project foreign. It's just very plastic fantastic, if you know what I mean.
that field is just underdeveloped. And so it's fun for me to be able to make and create things that haven't been done out there and to sort of disprove what a lot of these doctors have told me over the years. It's never going to look right.
Yep.
You know, you're going to hurt yourself doing this. I always tell them, you know, nobody who's ever done anything great in their life didn't have to take a risk.
That's very true. That's very true. And you have to be willing to experiment, you have to be willing to fail, and you have to be willing to learn. Not every surgery is going to look perfect, but you can always correct it in the future.
Game
As long as you have money.
I'm Dr. Paul Nassif, and my specialty is from the neck up. Rhinoplasty,
He does amazing
eyelifts,
nose
and I do a lot of
jobs.
facelifts. So the good news is we can make your breathing a lot better on that side.
I'm Dr. Terry Dubrow. I specialize in head-to-toe plastic surgery. The muscles need to be tight to get you flat, so that's a no-brainer. And that will loosen up some skin, which is good because we need to pull down some skin.
Oh,
Between the two of us, Paul and I have probably 40 years of surgical experience.
That's a lot.
Terry and I have known each other for over 15 years. I mean, we've seen it all. I did myself.
Botox.
I did on myself.
Botox?
Yeah.
Botox
50%
on
of the
yourself?
plastic surgery
I
done
would
in the
have
United
somebody
States
else
is
do it,
done
even if
by
I knew how.
Doctors with no training in plastic surgery.
Our main specialty is revision plastic surgery. Our
Yeah.
goal is to take patients under the knife again and repair bad plastic surgery.
You actually do
Yep.
look good.
But you, I noticed you have those little extra bags.
The difference between you and I, they don't bother me. I don't stare in the mirror all day the way you apparently do. Together, we are the best plastic surgery team you could assemble. Our goal together is to fix these massive complications that have taken over their face and bodies.
Yeah, absolutely. And
My name's
in
Alicia
addition to
Jenkins.
that too, before we get into Alicia's journey here, because she has a very terrible complication that I was extremely shocked they were able to correct and fix the way that they do in this episode. But the revisions that they do are incredible, and they can't always make it perfect because there's nothing that is, perfect, but they can make a significant improvement on a lot of these unfortunate people's bodies. And it's really amazing to see. That's why it's one of my favorite reality TV shows, and it just happens to be a plastic surgery one in addition.
I'm 34 and I have a uniboob. My breasts look like Frankenstein.
Yeah, they're
Before I had
connected in
my
the middle. There's no
son, I was
cleavage.
probably a 36 double D.
The skin
so
is
when
there.
I breastfed, they were completely different sizes.
I had
When
that before I had
decided
my
to look
reduction.
For a plastic surgeon, I ended up picking a doctor that I've seen his billboards and
Yeah.
I've seen ads, and it was a name that I just knew. I never had any doubts that he could perform the surgery.
And to be honest with you,
Yeah.
I thought she was perfect the way she was, but I wanted her to be confident and feel like she did before.
That's
so
a good partner.
we went ahead. She had the plastic surgery, and it obviously went bad.
Yeah.
My implants.
Oh, that looks
touch each other,
horrible.
which has completely lifted the skin on my sternum about 2
Ah!
inches. So I have no cleavage. They call it the uniboob. My husband's main hobby is off-road
That's
racing.
terrible.
I found myself going with him to every race.
Right.
The other wives' boobs were so big they couldn't find tops anywhere. So that was how I started my business. Primarily selling bikinis, catering
For
to
big
large
booby
breasted
women. Hell
Perfect,
yeah.
Perfect.
What a
And I
good
can't even wear
business.
one myself.
Aw.
Yeah, perfect.
It sucks when you
is
can't
a
model your own
constant reminder
bikinis.
that I don't look like that anymore.
God, her
Stare
breasts
at
look
her.
good though.
Don't
I
move.
want fake perky titties like that. And I'm sure she does too. That's the whole reason she's getting this
pretty
revision.
much affects everything in my life. Playing with my son.
Where you going, Gunner?
Aww.
Baby.
After my surgery, the pain kind of never went away.
That's
I had
worse
a lot
than the
of nerve
cosmetic.
stretching.
What you got, Bubs?
Nerve stretching.
Sometimes it feels like I'm having a heart attack because it feels like there's still a lot of weight on my heart.
And then
Aw.
for the two of us, intimacy's kind of gone. You can't really touch her because it hurts.
hurts.
And then she feels like she's robbed Gunner because, you know, for months she couldn't pick him up. She had to have help with him.
That's really hard. The cosmetic is one thing, right? If physically it doesn't look good, that's not the result she wanted, that's not what she was going for, but to have pain with it that physically prevents you not only from being intimate with your partner, but from being the mom that you want to be, that is very dramatic. And her job too. I know that she has her bikini business, but just being able to do daily things, reaching up to grab things from the shelves and having your breasts lift up with it because your chest moves when you lift your arms and your shoulders up, and to have that with the pain and the nerves stretch, I'm sure it's painful for her to just do most things, twist and move her body like we normally wouldn't take for granted. Pain and chronic pain especially is not something fun that you want to really deal with.
She's like hands-on with him. So I need my wife back.
I had this surgery to
Those
be
leggings
better,
look
and now
super
I
nice.
feel inferior. I really just
Aw,
want to
puppy.
be back the way I was. I just want to be normal.
That's fair. When you've had a bad surgery, a lot of times they
something
just want to
be
go back
fixed.
to
Just think
a
positive.
standard. They
It's a
don't want
lot- it's a
what
lot
they
to
were
do.
originally
Again.
going in for because they just want to
Alicia,
not be
doctors are
fucked
ready
up.
for you.
Thank you. I was kind of nervous because I obviously had my trust in a doctor when I had my original surgery, so that's always something that's going to be in the back of my mind.
How are you?
Fair.
Terry Dubrow.
Nice
Nice
to
to
meet
meet
you.
you.
Love her
Dr.
winged
Nassif.
eyeliner though.
Have a
Looking
seat.
very cute.
We've been looking at your photos, and we call this a symastia, where the two pockets are
Symastia.
communicating. And this is one of, if not the most difficult things to fix in all of breast surgery.
I'm worried they can't do anything about it, do anything to fix it.
What makes it so difficult to fix though? Like what is the science behind why a symastia is so difficult to surgically revise?
Put your hands on your hips and push. Yeah, so you're under the muscle for
Yeah,
sure.
okay.
Alicia's case,
You can see
on
that
a scale of 1 to 10, it's a 12.
muscle.
It's the most complicated you can get.
Oh,
Raise up
a
your
12.
arms. This distance from your areola to your crease is 12 on your right, and it's 13 and a
Ooh,
half
so
on
they're
your left. It should be
asymmetric.
about 6.
6?
Alicia has a malposition problem, which essentially means that the breast implants are way too low. And then we've got to
Very
correct the
droopy.
nipple positions. The other thing you need, because you had a particular type of lift called a vertical lift, you may need a scar that goes all the way across
anchor
here to
scar.
tighten this up. How do you feel about that? Not great, right? Listen, I know you've had a bad experience. We don't want to be part of that bad experience. We are combining our forces to do what we do the best. I didn't bring him into the fold because he's pretty, that's for sure.
I don't think Dr. Nassif looks bad, to be honest. I don't think either of them do it. They both are very attractive people.
Got the 18 now. That's what we need.
Let's get you in a bikini feeling comfortable as soon as possible.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
The thing with
fix nose
before
job?
we get into Michelle's nose jobs here, the scars underneath, right? The anchor scars. I have anchor scars under mine. When I first had my breast reduction, I was naturally, for backstory, I was naturally I was a G cup on one breast. I don't remember which one, but I was a G cup on one breast and I was an F cup on the other. I was completely 2 different cup sizes naturally, and they were extremely pendulous and low. And my cleavage was uneven. I felt very uncomfortable and insecure with my breasts, and so I got a reduction done. And also it was really good for my back because I had constant lower back pain because of how heavy and pendulous they were. So when I was able to get my reduction, I went to, I believe, a C cup, and it was so much nicer. They were lifted better. It was great. But I wasn't super happy with them because eventually, over time, gravity wins. Gravity will always win, and they fall. But with the reduction, what I was trying to get to the point of is they made an anchor scar under my breast, so on both of them. So I have a scar from my areola down to my inframammary crease, and then underneath my inframammary crease. And that is what the anchor scar is. There are scar patches and creams and things that you can do for those to lessen them, make them more skin tone colored and whatnot, especially with treatments nowadays that weren't there when I had my surgery 10 years ago. But there will always be some sort of scar because you are making an incision into skin that naturally didn't have an incision in it before. There will always be a permanent reminder that something was there, and you have to understand that that is part of the risk when you go into surgery, and take that in consideration. If you are adamantly opposed to scars in almost any way, there are very few options for you, and you can look into alternatives, but for surgery itself, to get the results a lot of people want, scars are inevitable. You can always hide them later if you get the position that you want with tattoos. Just remember that if they have to go back in for, if you have implants, for example, and they have to replace them in 10 years, because implants only last about 10 years for breast implants. If when you get them changed 10 years down the line, they will have to go back in to those same incisions to take them out, put new ones in, etc. And if you had tattoo cover-up work done, then those will be cut into and obviously won't look the same anymore. So you have to take that in consideration. Now, it is 10 years down the line, so you would always wait for it to heal and then get cover-up work with the tattoo again over the new scar tissue, etc. And like for me, because the implants, and I have implants in now because I wanted that really fake big titty perky look, and I had it for a little bit, but unfortunately my breasts were so big that they dropped because I am in G cup now, but both of them are symmetric. And it's great when I have a bra to support them, but on their own, they are not in the position that I want. I want them high up. I want them very perky, very fake, and very much like a shelf, but without the uniboob. I want the separation and I want the cleavage. So I'm thinking probably a C or a D cup for me in the future without implants, since I have so much natural breast tissue as a naturally big-breasted woman that they can likely do that for me. Maybe something even between a C cup and a D cup. And then without implants, that's less issue for potential implant illness, which is a rare but potential condition that people with breast implant illness can develop, where the implants literally make you sick because your body attacks them. It's also just something where they don't have to do surgery again, and if I don't want to get surgery done again, because they don't have to take something foreign out of my body since it's all my own natural breast tissue, it's just in the position that I want it to be, things like that. So always take those things into consideration. But let's go ahead and get into Michelle's nose jobs here. She's had 6 nose jobs, and her nostrils look very, very small. Normally you have a big opening with your nostrils, and hers are very tiny, 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 tiny.
I can't fix it. I feel like Michael Jackson, like the lopsided,
Ooh,
disfigured.
and it's kind of collapsed as
It makes
well.
me feel powerless and ugly, period.
Aww. She has beautiful freckled skin, though. Beautiful freckled skin.
I had gotten into drama, and I liked it.
Drama is great. I was a theater kid, if you couldn't tell.
So I was really forging towards becoming an actor, and then wham.
Ooh.
My mom and I were driving, and the car in front of me stopped suddenly. And
Accident.
We all just hit. My face was pinned between the seat and the steering wheel.
Oh my God.
Face out. So I went to this really hotshot plastic surgeon. When they finally took the cast off, it collapsed.
So they are collapsed.
I couldn't even stick a toothpick in there. And after the 4th surgery, it really started hurting. So I went to a very famous Hollywood doctor, and he said it right off the bat, yeah, you gotta cut that and reshape it. That never translated. It still looked the same 6 surgeries later. It looked like a unicorn. The only way I can
Those hats are
live
cool,
my
though.
dream in terms of acting is to hide behind makeup and wigs.
Hey, makeup
That's the
can
way I
do
get on camera.
tremendous
Is it
amounts
live?
for you.
Is that on? Am I? Is it? So I write, produce, and perform in webisodes. I'm pretty
Aw.
nervous, y'all.
This has been
That's
like
my mama,
before the
y'all.
big
You know, I would love
YouTube
to be on
pop off.
the caliber of Kerry Washington. No. Kerry Washington's fabulous. But I would love to be like Oprah. I consider
Hey,
myself a
have
closet
dreams, girl.
Oprah.
Have
I write,
dreams.
I produce. I'm a mogul.
Boss
I have the
bitch.
talent, I think. You know, I just don't have the face. I got the perfect face for radio. At this point, I've lost faith in anybody making it better.
Aw.
Because nobody's been able to make it better. To me, I'd rather die from trying to fix it than living like this.
That is an intense desire to have it change.
Michelle Blackwell?
Yes, checking in production office.
Yes.
I wonder
Have
if
a seat, then there'll be.
I wonder. So she said Michelle Blackwell. I'm gonna do some sleuthing on my phone real quick. I wonder if she has a YouTube channel, because this was in 2014 that this season 1 of Botched was produced. So you have to remember that this was also recorded prior to it being released in 2014. So this may have even been recorded 2013, which was before YouTube really popped off. So does Michelle Blackwell have her own YouTube channel now? Because that's something that she can record, edit, produce, be the host of, you know, just like we all do with our own YouTube channels. And that would fit her really well. Michelle Blackwell, Botched. Let's see. Does she have her own YouTube channel? Arts performer. She's a writer, producer, and coach. So she's still living life large. Hell yeah. Let's see here. It looks like she is just making moves as a boss lady, #BossLady3000. I don't know what that means, but here we are. BlackwellTH.company, BDP Entertainment Group. I'm not sure what that even means. Is that a, like, talent agency that she is in? I'm going down the rabbit hole now. We're going to learn this together. The BDE Group. Striving to make a difference through digital media. Okay. Law and Motion. It's a creative studio where we pride ourselves on inclusivity and progressive storytelling. We make everything from films, TV, podcasts, web series, music, commercials, and presentations to more. So it's a creative group collective that she is a part of. I'm not sure if she is the CEO of that, the founder of the BDP Entertainment Group, or if she is simply a part of it. I'm not sure, but she's still making moves. She's still doing her thing. Good for her.
With you to get you shortly.
Okay, thank you. I've been to quite a few doctors.
I'm sure.
So there's a lot of pressure I'm putting on the doctor.
How many surgeries have you had on your nose?
6 surgeries.
That's a lot of
3 different
surgeries.
surgeons.
You rarely see someone who's had 6 nose jobs, and usually they're trying to pursue some ideal of perfection that is absolutely unrealistic.
No, she just wants a
This
normal
is the
nose.
nose from hell. I have a mess right here.
You know, if you have too many surgeries, you can completely destroy the whole entire nose.
You're like my last shot. So if it doesn't come out right, I'm leaving it. I'm
The
putting
guilt
it in your
is
hands.
on. The
No
pressure is
pressure.
on.
He is doing it.
No, you're out of it, please.
You know, it's all fun and games until somebody's nose falls off.
What do
Hers
we need to
nose
do
isn't
now?
gonna
I
fall
gotta
off,
go
though.
examine your
That's
nose.
just him being dramatic for
Doctor wanna
TV.
Get in this nose? Boo. You can't get in there. It's dark and little and tight. You might get in there, some spiders come out.
Let me feel first, Terry, and hold you.
She has a great personality and a great sense of
I
humor.
need to feel her skin. If it's loose, then I can build it out and give her what she wants. When you take out like a pie wedge of tissue, it makes your nostril collapse.
So you basically need a whole new skeletal framework to put in there.
All right, so let's talk about that for a minute. Definitely need ribs. So we make a little incision underneath your breast, take out a piece of the cartilage, and add that, pretty much putting your nostrils a little bit bigger than they used to.
Whoa. Put your brakes. Pump your brakes. What else do you want? Like, do you want ass skin? A lot of ass skin. You can have some.
Okay, my goal is to get your...
The thing is, like I said, she has a very, very fun personality. I love her personality. But she just said a little bit ago that she would be willing to die to fix it, and she's kind of freaking out in the interview saying like, oh my god, they're gonna need rib. If they had said they needed to amputate your toe and it somehow would have made your nose exactly what you wanted, you probably would have done that because you just said you were willing to die for the surgery. So having a tiny little incision on your side in order for them to get rib to give you the skeletal structure and basis that you need in order for your nose to be proper doesn't seem like that big of a deal. I also, prior to this though, prior to ever watching Botched, I had no idea that you could even use bone from your ribs to help with rhinoplasties, to give it the structure that has been lost with multiple surgeries. That cartilage is just permanently removed over and over and over again, and you basically have to replace the cartilage with bone from your rib, which is something I never knew because not only do I not know very much about rhinoplasties, but I didn't know in particular very much about revision rhinoplasties. So the more you know. Hello, play, hello.
Breathing better, get your nose looking better, but that's about it, and there's no guarantee.
That's
No
the part.
guarantee.
That's the hard part.
No guarantee at all. Number
But
7.
you know
no
that.
guarantee.
But I
You've had
already
6
know
before.
that. The thing I'm most afraid of with the surgery is it not changing.
It'll change.
Test you guys.
The problem is that you are putting your trust in someone else's hands. You're knocked out, you wake up, and you don't know if your vision of what you wanted is going to translate into what the doctor was able to perform. So you are putting a lot of blind trust into somebody. That's why you always do your research.
Always. I've had
Ooh, Justin.
132 cosmetic procedures.
132.
I do enjoy this as an artistic expression. You know, I'm trying.
I do, yes, very much artistic surgery. 132 cosmetic procedures. Does that mean surgery, or is he taking cosmetic procedures into lash extensions, into lip blush, into doing your hair, like dyeing your hair, into microblading your brows, like, or is he simply talking only about surgeries? Either way, 132. Those were the only things I could think of. Microblading, even if you did lip blush and lash extensions. I guess you could get tattoo makeup done, like permanent eyeliner or foundation, concealer, things like that. That would still be 5. That still leaves 127 other unaccounted for procedures? This man has money. This man has money.
Trying to work on those abdominal implants.
And how's that coming along?
I changed my mind on it about 4 times already.
That's
Go
fair.
for it. But just think about it in the long run if you really want it done.
I really want it done. I just don't want it to come out messed up. So that's why I keep reworking those implants.
Yeah, like your arms, you don't want to have to keep on doing it like 5 times and cut your stomach open.
There's like a year of my life trying to get that thing right. I'm kind of building a Superman suit, and just instead of fabric, I'm using skin and muscle. Well, I'm gonna see 2 more doctors. So I'm gonna kind of pick their brain a little bit and see.
And what do you feel like it's gonna get done or it's not?
I'm just gonna see if they're even interested in doing it, because nobody's done it before. I'm really hoping that Dr. Nassif and
True.
Dr. Dubrow are going to be open to do my abdominal implants.
He does really like his tank tops. I mean, obviously he lives in LA, so.
But I'm just gonna do it subcutaneous under the skin. People turning me down is just them being closed-minded. And if the doctors can't see what it is I'm trying to achieve and don't want to be a part of it, I kind of think of it as their loss. I've had a couple doctors tell me no, not interested.
I'm gonna think of it as their loss. So Justin very clearly knows what he wants and has a great idea for it. The problem is, if you are seeking perfection, which when, as he said himself, he thinks of plastic surgeons as glorified tailors, it is something you can never truly achieve. You can get as close to it as possible, but the surgery itself, you can't perform on yourself. You can't knock yourself out and then still perform the surgery on you exactly the way you want it to get exactly what you want. You have to put your trust into someone else. And if you are searching for absolute perfection with zero wiggle room for getting used to or enjoying the results after they have healed and come out the way they want, then you're always going to be unhappy and you're going to just continue to do it. So it makes me wonder if there's some form of plastic surgery addiction that is a part of this. I mean, if you have 132 procedures, there's got to be something going on with that. Because like I said before, he's very knowledgeable. He is very, very passionate about the plastic surgery industry. And he knows what he wants to look like, which is good to have a goal. But, I don't know.
And what does your mom say about it?
It's hard for me to find someone who's willing to work in tandem. Thank you. Of course.
Woo, look at that bulge.
I don't even know how many doctors I've seen. There's an arsenal of doctors that I've seen. Hopefully my list will continue. I don't mind being
after 132 procedures, there's no way one doctor did all those, so he's seen many.
I just had to chit chat with them and see if they're even going to be open to it.
Stomach done, what are you else gonna get done as backup?
Well, I always have a backup plan. So if I can't do the stomach, I was planning on the quads, the calves, and the lats. And I already have them all templated.
And how long is that healing process?
For each one separate.
Well, 2 weeks. You 2 weeks. Average is like a month.
2 weeks as long as it comes out 90% right, or else we're gonna go back.
Oh, no. Okay, so he does have a very skewed perception of what it takes. As somebody who has had a BBL, which is a Brazilian butt lift, where they take fat and they liposuction from like your stomach, which is where they did for me, and they put it into your ass to make it bigger. There is a long recovery period. For the BBL in particular, you can't say, yeah, 2 weeks, I'll be fine, because you can't sit down for 8 months. And you heard me right. You cannot sit down for 8 months. You have to have your ass suspended by sitting on a cushion that is on your legs, on your thighs, essentially, and sit on that so that you are creating a divot for your butt to fall into in a chair that raises you up so high your butt hangs, essentially, and you're not actually sitting on your ass for 8 months. So it's a long time. But in addition to that, your butt also decreases, because over that period of time, especially if you were only looking at the results after 2 weeks, you would be completely demoralized and upset at the end of the real recovery period, because you lose a significant amount of the fat that they actually transplanted, because only 60% of it takes. So on average, some people less, some people more, but on average, only about 6% of the fat that they transfer actually stays in your butt, and the rest of it disperses and then gets put back through your body, and your body just doesn't hold it in the position that it was transferred to, and it gets taken away. So it's not going to be as big as it originally will be. And there's also swelling after surgery that has to go down. There's all sorts of things. So 2 weeks, I know that's comparing a butt surgery to the lat surgery and quad surgery that he's talking about, but it's still very similar. 2 weeks is not enough time, not even a month, like his friend over here was saying, to heal. That is not enough time to recover from plastic surgery. And if you are trying to see how you look 2 weeks or even a month in from recovery to how you're actually going to look 8 months to a year out from the surgery, it's going to be completely different.
Well, let's hope we don't go back. We can pray. I just have to do a lot of pre-planning. Shut up.
Thank you, Jesus.
You're so stupid.
Bum.
So, what do you think? You ready?
I'm tired of it affecting everything. It's overwhelming.
Yeah, it's another surgery. You know?
It is, but it's going to be a good surgery.
Lately, just really stressed. Can't really focus on anything.
That's hard.
You know, getting it fixed will be better for Gunner. Be able to do more things and hopefully not be hurting all the time.
I just hope it doesn't
The pain
take
is
me
the
long
biggest
to get through
improvement
it,
she needs.
so I can hold my kid.
She's been extremely emotional over things that normally wouldn't hurt her feelings that she'd be able to brush off her back. I pretty much just deal with things inside and stay strong and let time fix things. And she used to be along with me. You know, we don't...
Well, that's something that I don't really agree with, is the fact that I need to stay strong and keep things inside. That is a very male rhetoric that's been spoon-fed to AMABs for their entire lives, that, be a man, don't show emotion, be a man, don't cry, be a man, keep everything inside, be a man, don't express yourself. It's, stay strong, be a man, to have no emotions outwardly other than happiness or goofing off or anger, because that's masculine and acceptable to be angry. Like, it is really not okay. It's okay to express your emotions. It's okay to feel. It's okay to talk about how you feel and why you feel that way. That doesn't make you less of a man. That doesn't make you less masculine. That doesn't take away from your masculine power and your masculine energy. It just shows that you have a high level of emotional intelligence and are so secure in your masculinity that you are willing and able to talk about the very important and vital part of your life that are emotions and thoughts and feelings. So... not okay. Toxic masculinity with don't show feelings, don't show emotions. Not good. Now, on the other side of that, freaking out over things, being entirely overly emotional, not being able to maintain your feelings in situations you normally do, can be an indicator of high stress, just like what she is dealing with right now. And I can understand how that would be a problem with everything that she's dealing with, but, you know, it goes both ways. I just want to point that out.
Talk about those things. It's been hard on me, it's been hard on Gunner, it's been extremely hard on you.
I know it's been really hard on him, you know, with the first surgery, coming home from a hard day of work to taking care of our son.
Oh, the rainbow suspenders! Very gay, I love it.
And then help me take a bath and help me go to the bathroom.
Recovery is hard. Recovery is hard.
Having you be able to do the things you want to do and be the mom you want to be and be happy when you wake up, look forward to the next day. She feels really bad because she chose to do this.
Yeah.
She can't even look at herself in the mirror. You know, you start thinking about those things, and that's pretty hard.
I get that. As somebody that's on a weight loss journey myself, it's not always easy to look in the mirror, but you gotta remember, it can change. It can change.
Like having to depend on other people to do everything for me.
Hopefully going through it fixes it. And a marriage, your relationship has to be number one. And as long as both parties are on the same page, you can get through anything.
You can tell he really loves and cares for his wife, though. And that is beautiful, because not every partner is good for their significant other.
How's it going?
How you doing?
But they
There's
can,
something really
you can tell that they care about each other.
I got the records for your previous doctor. Normally, I don't change the plans the day of surgery, but I got some information that led me to alter what I wanted to do.
Okay.
The surgery that was done was much more extensive than I thought. I know it looks really bad, but it's actually even worse inside.
Well, that's not what you want to hear right before you go into
It's really
surgery.
important that
Why does she have
we
makeup on
take
when she's
these
about to go
implants
into
out
fucking surgery?
and leave them out for a few months. To allow everything to heal down and not have this problem recur, because this is the worst case of this I've ever seen.
I was shocked when Dr. Dubrow told
Oh
us
my
it was
God.
to be done in 2 separate procedures. You know, this affects my entire life. I just want it to be over with.
If everything goes according to plan, I do a bunch of procedures today,
Okay.
and then come back in several weeks and put a pair of implants back in. The biggest potential problem is
Oh my God. Okay, so imagine you are about to go under the knife. You are about to be put out under anesthesia, and you just got told, outside, it looks pretty fucking terrible. On the inside, it's even worse. We not only have to do one surgery that you need to recover from, and we are going to take your breasts that are a big part of who you are as a person and your femininity and how you present yourself and what you're unhappy with, and we're going to completely take out the implants, make them completely flat, and have you feel horrible about the way you look and feel about yourself for several weeks. I mean, it is supposed to be what needs to happen so that the muscles can reattach and everything can be done so that when they do the surgery, the second surgery, to do it correctly, it needs to happen. It's just logically, you know that that's what needs to happen, and you know it's just a step towards the result that you want. But that is not what you want to hear right before you go under. It's going to make you stressed. It's going to make you emotional. You're going to be wondering, well, what happens if something goes wrong with this surgery? What happens if something goes wrong with the second surgery? It adds a lot more variables in, and right before you go under, that's a lot of stress to tell a patient right before. Also, why the hell is she wearing eyeliner? You're not supposed to have any makeup on. You need to have a clean slate face when you go in for surgery. So, because they need to do the mask, they need to, take you out for anesthesia and everything. If there's something medically, an emergency that happens, they want to be able to immediately take you into the hospital and not have there be any issues. You shouldn't, and as when you wake up from anesthesia too, you're going to rub your face, you're going gonna rub your eyes, you're gonna be out of it, you're gonna be loopy, you're not gonna feel good, you're not gonna want to take off your makeup after surgery. It's gonna be the last thing you want to do. And through the magic of editing, suddenly I'm back. If you guys are like, wait, Lecka, you were just here and you were in a totally different shirt, you would be correct. I went out and sunbathed in the beautiful sunshine with my neighbor, and her and I went out and just had a good time at the pool together for an hour, and now I'm back doing my YouTube shenanigans. It was a good little foyer in the sun while, you know, I can't be a hermit all the time. Sometimes I actually do need to go out and touch grass. But anyway, let's get back to this.
That the entire repair breaks down and she's back to square one.
She was
Totally
just
makes sense,
told.
doesn't it?
Yeah.
You guys have 2 surgeries.
I'm excited
Sound
about
like
it.
fun? No.
No. And again, with the eyeliner,
It's gonna
no
be a
makeup,
long
no
road
makeup for surgery.
here, but what choice do we have? You know, I have to hope that these guys are as good as they say they are.
I'm telling you, this is
That's
not
true.
only
She has
the best
beautiful
hope,
green
this is the
eyes.
only
Beautiful,
hope.
beautiful green
The
eyes.
solution sucks, but so does the problem.
But I think it's probably necessary.
It is necessary.
I was very
To get the result
pleased
she
that
wants,
Alicia
it's gonna be
agreed to the
necessary.
two-part surgery,
Oh, hello,
but
Poppy.
unfortunately,
I
that
love you,
means
my little
2
tiny baby child.
recoveries, 2 sets of goals and expectations. It's a lot to go through.
It is. It's 2 entire
Comparison
surgeries.
masty is the most
versus
difficult
1.
thing to do in all of breast surgery.
Okay.
So what the plan today is I'm going to access these implants through 2 incisions at the bottom of the areola on each side. I'm then going to take the implants out, then sew down this skin to the chest wall, and then allow this to heal and come back in a couple months and put a pair of implants in. Okay.
There you go.
Let's get started.
Okay, so they're doing it in 2
Let's do it.
surgeries because he needs to take out the implants, let them settle, let the breast tissue settle, and do the basically tying down the muscles of the skin to her chest wall and the muscles in her abdominals, so that
so we
she
start with an
won't have that
inferior
smasty or that
areolar
pooching
incision, which
of a
basically
uniboob
means
anymore.
An incision at the bottom, the areola. Boy, these are incredibly big implants.
What size are they?
I think they're 600.
Yeah, 600s are pretty big. I think mine are 625s.
Too big.
Way too big. Looking
Which is why
inside
my
of her
tits are
right
in
breast
size G.
pocket, I can see into her left chest.
No way.
Yep. So we're gonna suture down.
He could see. He can open the incision he made on the areola and see into her other breast from the other one. Holy shit. That means that she really didn't, like, that skin completely detached from her chest wall. That is insanity.
The breast pocket.
Yeah, you gotta suture it down
I basically
for
have
sure.
to sew all the tissue overlying the center of the chest. If I get too close to the chest wall, I can get into the lung. Sewing down breast tissue, good. Puncturing lung,
Bad.
bad.
Bad. Yeah, you don't
Hold
want to
steady,
puncture the
hold
lung.
steady. Do
Let's
not
not.
move. She has a normal breast implant pocket now that's just here, 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 and here.
Yeah.
I'm just curious as to the exact dimension of the pocket I've created. The reason you put in air size is to check the status and position of your pocket. So you work
And
with
so
a
some of this,
temporary implant.
it is already blurred, but I will have to blur the surgery part more than what is already naturally blurred for the TV back in 2014, because YouTube is a little more stringent than reality TV was. And we're not allowed to show blood, we're not allowed to show body fluids or anything. So if you see the actual surgery procedures and whatnot blurred excessively, it's because of YouTube. But just know that surgery things are happening.
It allows you to assess what additional procedures might need to be done.
Looks really good.
I mean, look at that. It
There we
actually
go.
is perfect. So I've restored
That's a good
her to
position.
normal
That's
anatomy
actually a
right
good
now.
projection.
Unfortunately, I can't leave this implant in. I have to let everything heal because the damage was that extensive.
It has to be done in 2 steps. That's just the way it is. If you want it to be done right, it has to have 2 surgeries.
You nervous for me?
Just a little bit.
Michelle's surgery day.
Yeah.
She's gonna have her
I'm
nose
like
done
ready.
with the rib.
go.
With the
Yeah,
rib.
sure, I can see you are.
Lucky number 7. Hopefully lucky number 7. This is the 7th surgery.
Hope she doesn't get 7. Hope she doesn't get any more
Okay.
surgeries after this for her nose.
For Michelle's surgery, I'll first take a piece of rib out of her chest, which I'll place into her nose to straighten and strengthen it, and to lengthen her nasal tip.
Okay.
Then I'll take tissue from her scalp and skin and cartilage from her ear to rebuild her nostrils and open them up. Okay, incision
There you
now.
go. Make her
So
airways
our
bigger so
first
she can
step
actually breathe and
is
have her
we're
nose
gonna
not
go
only be
down and
pretty but
find that
functional.
rib. Nothing like a nice challenge. That feels like bone.
Probably is
It's like I'm
bone.
dancing with this rib. This rib is calcified. Calcification is when the rib, which is made out of cartilage, hardens up and almost acts like bone. So when you try to cut it, you can't cut it.
Because it's not cartilage anymore.
Calcification occurs as you age. This is not a 40-year-old rib. This is not a 40-year-old rib.
Now she's probably in her 50s.
That surprised me is that Michelle said she was 40. Now that rib was a lot older than a 40-year-old rib.
She lied about her age.
This is a piece of rib that I've just taken out of the chest, which will be used to add a lot of much-needed support.
That is really, really cool.
These.
Oh, I accidentally fast forwarded. Oh God. Also, we definitely cannot show you the rib. That is absolutely not going to happen. Because YouTube would kill me. YouTube would say absolutely not. Lecka, you are banned forever. But just know it's really cool. If you guys are interested in surgery shit, definitely seek out Botched, and you can watch this without my commentary and reactions. At least season 1 on Netflix, for free if you have a Netflix subscription. So there you go. Very curved. That's how you know it's a rib.
Are areas of calcification, which makes it very difficult to carve. When you're reconstructing a nose,
using an
you want
X-Acto knife to
cartilage
cut
that
the
you
rib.
can play around with and change the shape of. You basically have it malleable.
He's constructing
opening up the nose,
a firm
through
but flexible
thick scar tissue. It's like
foundation for her
through
nose.
cement. Yeah, get 2 skin hooks. Can you help me retract back this area?
Oh yeah, you guys can't see
What
any
the
of this.
heck? What is that?
It's too much blood.
What I found in the nose appears to be a metal wire.
A wire?
It is rare to find wires in the nose. However, there are doctors still across the country that will use a wire to fasten a piece of rib in the nose or a piece of bone. Did
Oh my
any
God.
of you guys expect for her to have a wire in her nose? I just want to get this one nostril to look a little bit better. I'm extremely pleased. I know that she's gonna love her nose.
There you go. You got the wire out. No weird metal in the nose anymore. I hope she's happy with it. I'm excited. I love seeing the end result after they've healed, and then you get to see the end, which is what we're gonna get to next. I hope they're really happy with their results.
Thank you. Today I'm in a lot of pain. The tissue feels like I got run over.
Oh yeah, it's painful after surgery. Painful.
How are you?
I'm sore.
Yeah.
Pretty good though.
Really?
Yeah.
A lot better than last time.
Nothing
There you
is
go.
more painful than putting stitches in muscles and ribs.
That's
and
true.
It's incredible that Alicia didn't have more pain.
Looks like you still got boobs to me.
Baby boobs.
Crazy.
They're little baby boobs.
I'm very concerned about the size.
And
of
they're
my
flat
breasts.
because
I
they don't have any
definitely want
projection
them
at the
small.
moment.
Yeah, see how they're in perfect position? And this is
But the position,
separated.
the
Don't they look
position
better?
of them is what you need. You can always put more projection in
I haven't
with
been
the
this
implants.
flat-chested since I was in the 6th grade. I'm not used to it. It's not really comfortable for me.
She's happy with big
What am I
boobs.
doing?
That's
Am I
just who
doing
she is. Some people are
implants?
happy with tiny
Figure
titties.
out
She
what
wants big
size to
titties.
make you, because you had really big implants in there. 600cc implants.
Mine are
in someone with
625s and I'm a
breast
G
tissue
cup.
like you
Just to put
is
that into perspective.
gigantic.
Alicia's concern with the size has definitely been an issue through this whole thing, and it's just ridiculous because she has big boobs already as far as I'm concerned. I mean, when I first met her, I thought she had implants because of the bras she wore.
I know you
Push-up
wanted something
bras!
in the
They
order
make a
of 500
magical world of
cc, but
difference.
That won't be that much smaller. 60 cc is a shot glass. So 100 cc smaller is still very big.
It is.
Baby boobs.
Should I
No,
be
they're
offended
big
by
boobs.
Alicia's bratty behavior? Maybe. You know, this
Hi,
is a
Pocky.
work in process to fix a really difficult problem. I think she should show a little more appreciation for what we're trying to do together.
Just a little bit.
This is what I took out of you.
It is?
Yes, this is it.
Holy crap.
Hi,
That
Pocky.
is so heavy.
A little ridiculous. The implant size alone was ridiculous. I mean, it was heavier than a grapefruit, the size of a grapefruit. That's crazy, crazy.
You just don't need
Well,
it.
hi, Pocky. You decided to join us.
When you put a 600 on the table, that's a D. On you, it's a triple D because you have breast tissue.
A triple D is an F, which
I
is one
wouldn't
cup
go
size smaller than
smaller
mine.
and feel comfortable just because it's what I've always been. It's what I know.
To try it on, I put in a 350, and let me show you what it looked like. Isn't that pretty?
That is pretty.
I mean, I'd buy that Playboy. I often take
It looks
photos
nice.
of
It's good
patients to show
projection.
them what their results will look like in the long run. It's really all about managing their expectations. That's big enough, right?
What cup size would that make me?
Small double D, and small double D is big enough.
Double D is still pretty
Alicia
big.
is so afraid of seeing her breasts smaller that she's forgotten how big implants got her in trouble in the first place.
I don't
Big
know, they look
implants
pretty
are
good like
heavy.
that.
Looks like they did before.
No, that's bigger.
At least I'll have 2 and not 1.
Right.
Exactly. It's not a uniboob anymore. But double D is still really massive. That's a large, large breast.
So you feeling another
Double Ds are big, and the more sizes you go up with breasts, the more back pain you have as well, because your lower back has to compensate for the weight on your front.
Every direction. But it's hard to articulate at this point. I don't know if I'm still, like, because of the drugs.
Good morning.
Morning,
Hi, Bucky.
Uh-oh.
I love you.
Can't even talk that loud. I don't want to rupture the suture. The suture's right there. If I show you, this would be a porn. This is not porn.
She is on some drugs. Let me tell you what, she is on some pain meds. She is loopy as hell.
Well, you're already starting to complain early in the morning. Wow.
It like jumped on me because I was unhappy with that one thing.
I think we need to do a little reality check.
I tried not to cry when it wasn't symmetrical. And you see this little dent right here.
Well, let me tell you about that little dent. I went back to try to create the same exact contour. I couldn't. Your nose was extremely difficult.
Ah.
So when you come and say I didn't reshape anything, that's not true.
No, it looks
Your nostrils
significantly
were
bigger.
You
Her
had
nostrils
not a
are
moderate or subtle change,
way bigger.
but a dramatic change in your nose.
Agreed.
She had 6 previous surgeries. Her nose is 1,000% better than what it was, but you can't expect absolute perfection when you've had that much surgery.
That suit looks really good on him.
I told you that I would get you a good
Smart
result.
shoulders, very
I think I have a
sharp.
great result. You have to have the doctor direct things, because if the patient directs things, then we might not have the best recuperation. But now the issue is going to be your healing. We're not out of the woods yet. We got to make sure your grafts seal well.
Yep.
Okay. I was
Recovery is
absolutely
half the
not
battle.
happy this morning. I'm still not happy.
That's the thing a lot of people don't understand about surgeries too, is you can have an amazing surgery. It goes immaculate, it looks perfect, it's amazing, and then you can absolutely fuck it up yourself because you didn't take care of yourself after surgery. Your recovery was dog shit. You didn't follow your doctor's directions, you didn't take care of the surgery the way it was supposed to, you sat on, for example, your BBL too soon, you blew your nose or you just had a rhinoplasty too soon. There's, you know, so many things you have to avoid and do, and you need to really do your research on both what you need to do to properly recover, in addition to your proper surgeon who's going to be doing the surgery in the first place, because the aftercare and recovery of surgery is just as important to the final result of your aesthetics for your surgery as the surgery itself. A Porsche? Ooh!
We don't usually make
We must be in
house
LA.
calls, but in this case, we're gonna make an exception.
For Justin Jedlica. Oh, that bulge again.
Terry really wanted us to go see Justin. Justin is different. He's got some interesting things to show us.
Mount Olympus.
Mount Olympus.
The home of Greek gods.
Like me.
Since when are you a Greek god?
I'm a Lebanese god.
A Lebanese god.
We're there to help Justin.
And I'm a
with
queer
any
god.
Problems he's having, and maybe try to talk him out of future surgeries.
Oh, you're not going to talk about future surgeries, but, you know, that's fine. Yes, answer the door in underwear, because that's normal.
How are you for Justin?
Yes.
You, come on in.
Thank you.
You'll be right down.
Thanks.
I'm gonna kill you. I'm probably having a porno upstairs or something.
Probably just laying out at the pool, hanging out.
I had a bunch of thoughts running through my head. Number one,
Valid.
I killed Terry. 2, I knew this was the wrong thing to do. And what are we doing? What's going on in this house that there's someone answering the door in his underwear?
All absolutely valid concerns from Dr. Nassif.
It looked like underwear to me because it had that thing in the front, you know, where you have to go.
I didn't look that closely.
I didn't look that closely!
How are you? Nice to meet you,
Terry
Justin.
Dubrow.
Hi,
Nice to meet
lovely
you.
to meet you as well.
When
He's
I
got his
saw
microphone on his
Justin,
underwear.
I didn't know what to make of him. I didn't know whether he was real or not.
He does look very
I was sort of
doll-like.
looking for the wires and the buttons or the price tag.
My reason for contacting you is because I was looking for a surgeon to help me in my quest to rebuild and modify my body. They were so sweet to come up actually to my house and meet me. It was very cool. I've made me feel very special.
Definitely
So,
not because
I've
you're on
come
a
up with
reality
some
TV
new
show or
plans
anything.
For quadricep implants.
They would have never
calf
done this if it wasn't for a TV
implants,
show.
and lat implants.
You devised these?
Yeah, I did them myself.
I've never seen anybody design their own plastic surgery like that.
He is one of a
I studied
kind.
up on the body and made the sketches and found a doctor that was willing to kind of let me do my own thing. And I told him, I don't want you to be creative, just put them where I tell you. So my idea with my quad implants.
He knows what he
is going
wants.
to be this piece, so it'd be one piece. So it'd be subfascial, we don't have to go submuscular.
He's both Frankenstein and Dr. Frankenstein. He's his own creation.
Get out
I
of here.
originally had bicep and tricep implants. The incision's all underarm. This is
Oh, in the
only about
armpits?
2.5, 3 months old.
Really?
And this incision's been opened 5 times.
So you have
Wow.
1, 2, 3, 4
Oh,
implants.
1,
here.
2, 3,
3,
4,
4,
5.
5.
So 10 on the arms, and then the pec implants.
Can I see that?
Oh, for sure. So that was also
10
through
implants in both of his
underarm.
arms.
People always think they're a lot larger than they are. I'm just so lean.
Yeah, you
But-
are lean.
The first thought
Wow.
that came to my mind when I saw Justin, he looked like a cartoon character.
But that's how he
I
wants
sort
to
of look
look.
at plastic surgeons like glorified tailors.
That I don't agree
So,
with.
I mean, you're doing a lot of suturing. You're making
That's a
pockets.
smack in the face
No, what I
to
said was
plastic
all respect.
surgeons.
Too much
No,
time,
he
too much
doesn't say
work
it
to be
with
called a tailor.
respect.
Not saying anything bad about a tailor, but what I do, I don't think is tailoring.
It's not.
Have you had any
It's
complications
disrespectful.
from any of this?
It shows that he
Nothing
doesn't
that
think of
wasn't
them very
minor.
highly. He doesn't think of his surgeons very highly at all.
The doctors I've chosen, I research.
But you know that plastic surgery procedures have a 5 to 15% complication rate no matter who does
But
them.
I think, don't you think it's because people who have cosmetic procedures think that this is something that can be taken in a light manner, and it's not like a surgery because they don't think about it.
I like Justin. I want him to be healthy and happy, but he's now entering into the bizarre world of implants that can result in major life-threatening complications. I think this is
132
amazing.
cosmetic
I think you're amazing. I'm
procedures.
just not sure
Remember that number.
is a
I'm sure it's
part
higher
out
now.
At this point, what
10
we're
years
doing
later.
now is taking people
Oh
who
God,
have
this was 10 years
really
ago.
bad problems, and we're trying to go from a disaster to normal.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I'm shocked they said no to me. It's
They're
all well and good
revision
that he
surgeons.
Really wants to work on people just for reconstructive purposes, but it's a little bit of a yawn to me. Have a good afternoon.
Bye-bye, you too.
Bye, gentlemen.
Okay. Just casually passive-aggressively shit on reconstructive surgeons that need to be there for very important work. Why don't you? Jesus
So
Christ.
excited, I can't contain myself.
That's good.
It's
Second
been
surgery
5 weeks
time!
since my last surgery.
Oh, that's only a
can't
month
wait
and a
for it to be
week.
done
That's
and
not bad.
over with, and
They
I'm
said a
expecting
couple
to
months.
be
I was
on the
expecting it to be
smaller
8.
side of what I really want. It's something that I've had to come to terms with because the larger they are, the more likely this is going to come back.
True.
And we run around the backyard in no time, chasing the boy.
The boy!
Alicia.
Gunner.
Hi, my name is Ozzy. I'm going to be your nurse today.
All right.
We're gonna put the implants
Let's
back in now.
see
The
how it
battery
turns
trailer the first time
out.
was going way too
Too big, and that's what stretched out and opened up the chest.
Yes.
Did she agree to the
settled on
300?
400
Ah.
cc's, which is not nearly what she was before. She was in the 6s before.
I mean, that's not going to cause a problem, though, with that?
Well, I mean, there is the risk that all of her problems could come back. The second surgery is
It's 50
a lot
cc's
more
more
simple
than the
the
350s
first
he
surgery,
recommended.
but a lot scarier because there's a lot more at stake.
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll make the incision and see what the repair looks like.
How far are you going down?
All the way, baby. Everything looks really good. So we're gonna go down and make a pocket that we can put these 400 cc implants in.
I like that they wrote 400 on her boobs so they won't forget the size to put in. You can't see it. This is all blurred, but like, they wrote 400 on her boob. So they definitely can't fuck up the right size implant. That's hilarious. I mean, it makes sense. You want to be double sure because you can't really easily take that shit out without major complications and problems.
Come on. Can't wait to see what's under the cast, but at the same time, I'm like afraid.
Let's find
hello,
out.
everybody. How you feeling?
1000% better.
Michelle complained about her nose less than 24 hours after surgery.
She's also loopy
I
on
was a
pain
little
meds.
concerned that she was going to complain today. Okay, now let's take a peek at
Loopy
your
on
nose.
pain meds is
I'm
a
gonna
thing
tilt you back.
too.
Give me a Q-tip with hydrogen peroxide. So this is going to feel a little weird, this thing coming out of your nose, but the good news is
Aha!
it's gonna feel better once you
Vroom.
have it out.
It's like a little slug coming out of her nose. Again, we can't show you this, but it's like little slugs he's pulling out of her nose that were keeping the structure of her nose open while it was healing.
Every
To get the shape right.
time I go to the reveal for the past 6 surgeries, it just always looked the same. If it doesn't work this time, I'm just gonna face defeat.
Try to take a look up inside your nose. Remember you had no airway? Look at it now.
It's open.
It's
Remember, you
very
had
open.
no
Her nostrils
nose,
are
so
way
we're
bigger,
gonna
which is
kinda gently
great
pull
for
this off.
being able to breathe.
Got one.
You have a nose.
Got one!
It looks 1000% better. And
Good.
Everybody will be like, "What is wrong with your nose?"
That's your
Can I
first
touch
week.
it?
Yes.
Wow.
I just want to dig in there just to see how it feels.
No,
you know?
don't do that.
I just want to go around and around.
She's such a weird person. I love it though. Oh, she's so grateful. Look at how happy she is. Weird isn't bad. I'm also fucking weird, so.
You.
Aw.
This is a dream. Thank you.
New day. Right? It's a new day.
When I came out of surgery, I was so unhappy. I was like, is this a nightmare? Is this a dream or what?
I do like her scarf.
It's like, is this a dream? Thank you.
How cute! Now we get the reveal! Ooh! Let's see how it looks, guys. The nose and then the titties.
So ready to show them the new Michelle.
The new Michelle. Ooh, I love that purple dress.
I suffered with
That aubergine is beautiful. Purple's my favorite color, so I'm a little partial. Oh, that profile. I wish they would show the afters without makeup, though, because makeup completely changes a nose. I mean, it changes everything about a face.
No, it's like your friends always give you that extra
But-
boost, like, oh my God, you're beautiful, you look great. I believe it.
Even with the copious amounts of makeup, it looks way better.
I got projection now. What?
She does.
Them seeing
Good
me
profile.
like this, I think they felt what I feel inside. It was
Normal nostril size, so it's functional and pretty.
It's mine. I own this now. You own the whole thing. I'm ready. Right now, I just feel good about me.
Good for her.
Thank you, Dr. Nassif.
Aww.
She's happy with herself. She's back.
Love it.
And she's about to take the world. Welcome back.
Get it, bitch.
Before my nose was totally
Wow, look how flat her tip
and I
was
could not breathe.
compared
Now
to
my
the
nose
now.
is
Wow, look at that.
perfectly
Look at that. Holy crap. You can see the projection on the side, how it went, it was like pushed in. And now with their putting the rib in and reconstructing it, the tip is actually much, much further out. And the nostrils themselves are longer. They've elongated the nostrils so that there's more room for the holes of the nostrils at the bottom. The bridge really wasn't much of an issue before. It was the inside of the bridge of her nose that was the problem because the internals were bad. That looks so good.
And my
So
profile
good.
is banking.
She has a
It's the
good
end of
profile now.
and the beginning of
Get it, Michelle?
Oh, they ain't got nothing on these
Good for her. Oh, and now we get the titties!
Today, I finally get to shoot a campaign for my business, Dirt Dames.
Dirt Dames.
With me as the model, not someone else.
Yes, she even has a makeup
Me.
artist and a hairstylist. Good for her.
Nothing that
She can
fit.
finally
I didn't
model
feel
her
good
own
about
brand.
myself. I went through hell to be where I am right now. I have been waiting.
Oh,
and
I love
waiting
those
and waiting
shoes.
for
Those
this
look
day, and
gorgeous.
I
It's hard to walk on
finally
heels
here.
and carpet, though. Ugh. Ooh, look at that sleeve. Hell yeah. Sexy! Ugh, I can't wait until I get my Pokemon sleeve. When I'm not poor. One day. One day.
My friends and family are here to see me in a bikini for the first time, and I can't wait to show everyone and see their reactions.
Ooh. Cute. She also is all tatted up. Hell yeah. We love a good alt girly. Damn, those titties look good.
Alicia's breasts look amazing. She looks so great, and you could see the confidence in her.
The projection is that's so round and just
he did a
perky.
phenomenal job.
So perky. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful.
They're pretty amazing. I think they're perfect.
They are.
They're what they should have been the first time, and Dr. Dubrow did an amazing job. She's finally got what she wants. Hopefully here soon I'll get to, check them out a little bit.
You know, play with them a little bit, suck on them a little bit.
Yeah.
All right, let's do this.
A dream.
Ah, what a
of
pretty
mine
classic
has
car.
always been to shoot with Isaac Madera.
Who's
He's
that?
An amazing photographer.
Oh, photographer.
Girls with the tattoos and the magazine covers and all of that.
So alt
That's
girls.
Like the top
Love that.
Of the line for the business that we're in.
Turn your shoulders towards me now just a little bit more.
So now to be shooting with him means a lot more to me than it ever did because of everything that I've been through.
To see her
Aw.
stand here and do what she was
And
doing
Gutter was
with a
there
smile on
too.
her face and feel good about it. That's the girl I married. I'm very happy. Good job.
Good for her.
Great.
She looks great. That result is fantastic. And she gets to be confident. That's the biggest thing, right?
Before
Is
I
she's
had a
confident.
Uniboot.
Wow, that
That's
looks
when
so
he got
good.
the bottom, and
And they were so
God forced
droopy.
my nipples to point up and out.
Yep.
And now I have no pain. My breasts are perfect. They're
Wow, the scar is
exactly
significant. It was
where
so
they're
red.
supposed to be. They're perfect.
And now they're
How I
much more
feel on the
skin colored.
inside is exactly how I look on the outside.
Her
Dr.
before
Dubrow
was
gave
really
me
red scar.
the
She must have
back.
done really good scar treatment after surgery to make them that very much more skin colored.
Everybody's looking at your boobs.
That's because the boobs look great. Hey, if people are staring at your boobs, it means they look good. So, that was Human Dolls, Season 1, Episode 1 of Botched. My gosh. So, they brought on Justin Jedlica. You'll see very commonly that there's a theme that they do in every single episode of Botched. Just to give you a heads up for going forward, there are 2 people that they do surgeries on, one for Dr. Nassif, one for Terry Dubrow, and also one that is an extreme plastic surgery person that they don't do any work on, that they just want to showcase because they are a big personality and they make for good television. So there will always be one that they deny because they brought them on literally to deny them just because they wanted to bring them on the show because they're over the top, you know, for TV. So we had that with Justin Jedlica. He was the over-the-top one. And we had the 2 actual patients for reconstructive surgery. That nose looked great. Her titties looked great. And it was really good. And I love the work that they do. Most of the outcomes of these surgeries, not every single one of them is fantastic, but those ones were pretty darn good. But let me know your guys' thoughts in the comments below. Would you want to get reconstructive surgery? Have you ever been botched before? Are there plastic surgeries that you want to do in the future that you're worried about? Are there plastic surgeries or cosmetic procedures, not even surgeries, that you want to do that you don't know very much about? Like, let me know. Let's all talk about it in the comments down below. But let's go ahead and make sure that you guys subscribe to the channel so that when the next episode comes out, you don't miss it. And if you're curious for other reaction content that we're going to be having on the channel, check out my other videos. I'm going to be having one with 1,000-Pound Sisters that is coming out that you guys can watch too, so we can have even more in reality TV drama, but this one is centered around, you know, weight loss. And one's on some Reddit shenanigans too. But without taking up any more of y'all's time, I will go ahead and let you beautiful people go. Bye, my lovelies.